My brother's girlfriend made him do something terrible. At first, I was happy for him. He was a young kid, good looking in his own way, but always lost in his video games and internet forums. When he came home and told us at the dinner table that he had found a girlfriend, we all breathed a sigh of relief. That was until I met her. He was in his last year of high school, while I was 2 years older, already attending the local college. I met her first, before my parents, when he asked me to grab coffee near the school. The second I saw her, I knew something didn't fit. She was stunning, popular, rich, and way out of his league. I could not understand what she was doing with my brother, an awkward kid son of a retired police officer. From the first time I saw them together, I noticed his posture submissive, adoring, and hers confident, in control, like she knew exactly the power she held. During that whole evening, I must have heard maybe 10 words from him. She dominated the conversation, jumping from politics to fashion to art. What unsettled me most was when she bragged about her family. They owned a huge logistics company in South California, lived in a mansion with 8 bedrooms and an Olympic-sized pool. It was all show. I left that cafe with a heavy feeling. The next day, I pulled my brother aside, determined to figure out more. He confessed that she demanded letters from him almost every day, full of exaggerated devotion. He even showed me a few, smiling with pride. Reading them made me sick. They sounded more like desperate pleas, almost self-humiliation, than love letters. I told him it was normal for a first relationship to feel intense, but not healthy to be forced into that. She sounded narcissistic, manipulative. Of course he got mad at me. From then on, he shut me out completely. I let it go, busy with my own life at college, thinking it would pass. I only got involved again when my dad begged me to come home one weekend. He said my brother was getting worse, yelling at our parents, slamming doors, picking fights over nothing. So I drove him around, pretending I needed to run errands, just to talk. At first he stayed silent, but then he broke down crying. He told me her parents hated him. They were arrogant, wouldn't even let her introduce him to them. Worse, she showed him bruises on her arms and legs, claiming her father, a former Navy officer and alcoholic, beat her to keep her away from boys like him. He was terrified she would eventually give in to her father's pressure and break up with him. It was painful to watch him sob, saying he could not live without her. I tried to calm him down, told him that young love burns out fast, that soon they would both move on. But he wouldn't hear me. He went silent again, and I thought it would fade with time like it had with me once. The following weekend, I went home again and didn't find him there. My parents said he had gone to the movies with his girlfriend, but I had a bad feeling immediately. I went into his room and found stacks of letters he hadn't sent yet. They still had that same tone of obsession, but now mixed with anger and hatred toward her parents. One of them froze me. "I will find the courage to save you. My love is capable of anything." My stomach dropped, and instinctively I went straight to the attic where my dad kept his old service revolver from when he was on the police force. The cabinet was empty. I panicked, but didn't want to alarm my parents, so I told them I was meeting a friend and drove toward the neighborhood where I knew she lived. It was a wealthy area with wide lawns and big houses. It didn't take long to spot him, standing in front of one of the mansions, hood up, hands in his coat pocket. He looked shocked to see me. I told him I knew about the gun and begged him to leave with me. He looked unstable, his face switching between anger and fear. He kept saying this was the only way, that she had asked him to do it, to free her from her abusive father, that they had planned everything, the cameras off, the door unlocked, the exact time. He couldn't back down now, the exact time. He couldn't back down now. When I tried to hug him, he snapped, pulled the revolver out, and pointed it at me. I froze, hands in the air. That wasn't my brother anymore. He yelled something about it being time and stormed toward the house with the gun still aimed. After maybe 5 minutes of shock, I followed him inside, heart racing. Maybe I could still prevent him from doing something. But I found him standing in the living room, completely frozen, the gun hanging from his hand. I touched his shoulder, and then I saw why. Blood everywhere. Pieces of bodies scattered across the furniture, and in the middle of the room, 2 mutilated corpses. I knew instantly they were her parents. Someone else had already done the job, brutally. My brother threw up right there, and I grabbed him and dragged him outside. As we stepped out, I noticed a red light on a camera above the door. It wasn't off. I shoved him catatonic into the car. That was yesterday, and we didn't sleep at all. This morning I checked the news and turned on the radio, but nothing yet. The bodies haven't been discovered. My brother has been calling the girlfriend non-stop, but she won't answer. No texts, no calls back. We are both locked in my room now, shaken to the core. I am writing this so the truth is at least recorded somewhere. Because when they find the bodies, when they see the footage, when they read the letters and the messages, I know what it will look like. So this story is my only hope, and I've been praying for the last few hours, and I don't usually pray that the truth will prevail. My brother didn't kill no one.